Liverpool nil, Manchester United nil in what was one of the most dour, unsatisfying, pathetic attempts at a game of football I've seen from this Liverpool team this season. Manchester United showed up with one idea and one idea only, and that is to defend and make Liverpool try to break them down. We failed miserably and got what we deserved, a point at best. It was a dire, pathetic display from a bunch of guys out there that should know better, that should know what this game means, that should know how poor that Manchester United team is, and they bottled it. And I'm going to say it because it's true. We bottled that game. Jurgen bottled that game. Salah bottled that game. Darwin Núñez is washed. Darwin Núñez is done. Darwin Núñez should just piss off back to Uruguay at this point. I'm done defending the indefensible. It's pathetic. How do you have over 30 strikes and I'm struggling to find one attempt of note in that game? A Virgil van Dijk header in the first half that Andre Onana parried over his bar. Other than that, it was, again, pandering to nonsense. Nonsense! Moving the ball side to side so slowly, so obvious. Forwards that are scared to get to the byline. Every goddamn time Lucho or Salah picked up possession, like the cowards they are, they cut inside. Not a hope of getting to the byline. Always let's cut inside and hope I can get a strike away. Block, 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 block. Time and time again. Jurgen, it's on you today, fella. It's on you. That team selection was pathetic. The substitutions were pathetic. The players were pathetic. It's not good enough. We again dropped down behind Arsenal in the league table because at home, we can't be one of the poorest Manchester United sides that will grace Anfield in 20 years. And all week, Klopp warned about it. All week, he spoke about a reaction from United and what they're going to do. But what did we do? Nothing. What did we prepare for? How did we train to play every season? We see this shit every season. All you've got to do is come, give us wide areas, defend narrowly, and we won't be able to do anything. Unless Trent scores a worldie or we get a penalty or something, nothing's going to happen because we can't create anything. And what does our manager do? He leaves them at half-time before he makes a change. It takes an injury to Ryan Gravenberch before Jurgen wakes up and starts to try and change things. What the fuck was the point in playing a defensive midfielder against a team that have no need or want or desire to attack? And yet we did it. I don't understand it. What did they prepare for? What did they do on the training pitch? Lads, I'm sorry, but I'm absolutely apoplectic with that dire performance. Ashley said, what a waste of 90 minutes that was. We don't deserve their wages after that. Mate, we laud their attack. We talk about them as one of the best in Europe. But when somebody sits and defends deep against us, we show how devoid of opinions, devoid of options, devoid of ideas that we really are. It was just so obvious. Same shit, different day, same outcome. It's just... When are we going to say it's okay to say that Salah's been terrible? Because he was terrible. Terrible. I'm going to say it again. Terrible. Diaz, terrible. Darwin, terrible. You could argue our best player was Endo, a defensive midfielder. What did we do? We had no urgency to overload areas. We had no urgency to move the ball quickly. It was just hope, hope, hope. All we did was pump in hopeful, aimless crosses and hope that something happened. We didn't grab the game and we didn't make it happen. We didn't enforce our will on United. We didn't grind them down. We gave them hope and belief that the longer the game went on, the more frustrated we'd become. And you've seen it. You've seen it happen. Pot shots from distance. And that must have been like mother's milk to an infant when United fans seen that we were having to take pot shots from 30 yards. Look, I don't know what to say about it. Look, people in the chat are going to have their own player that they want to defend. But I'm going to make the point today, my friends, that there's no defending any of them. Szoboszlai was pants. Gravenberch was okay, but went off injured. I just, we offered nothing. Nothing. Fans and team complacent. Who was that with the super chat? Fans and team complacent. Oh God, sorry, I have a load of super chats to get back through. From John Williams, said fans and team complacent. We got what we deserved. Look, I said it to Adam when we finished up the stream. We did get what we deserved today, which was not to win the game, because we didn't deserve to win that game. I think we've got to be honest about our assessment. United certainly didn't deserve to win it, but they had the best chance of the game. Let that sit for a minute. They had the best chance of that 90 minutes. Can we send Nunez back to Uruguay, said Mike Tyson. Gomez, centre-backs, Ali, Costas, only okay players today. Again, my question was, why wasn't Joe at right back from the start? Why wasn't Trent in the six? It's like we were too respectful of what United were going to do. We should have went for the throat. Like I said, Salah ain't him no more, said G Wiz. Another super chat from Peter said, United fan, I'll take that. And honestly, we had the best chance. You did, Peter. You did, mate. I try to be a realist when I respond to people. And yeah, you didn't offer much today. You sat back and defended. We played the game in front of you. But yes, sir, you absolutely did have the best chance of that game, that one-on-one between Højlund that Alisson saved. We didn't even create that much. And that's the most, like, if I'm sitting here saying Andre Onana had a worldie, or we hit the post, balls are cleared off the line, we did everything but we didn't. We didn't. Somebody will tell you that statistically we were on top in that game. Klopp, somebody will come out and talk about stats of possession, territory. It's all irrelevant. The stat that matters is the scoreboard. And at the end of the day, we didn't score. And we handed the initiative in the title race back to Arsenal. We didn't capitalise on a weekend where Manchester City once again dropped points. No, we go and revert to type. It's pathetic. And I don't want to hear Klopp come out with any bullshit that we don't need to act in the January market. Stop pandering to this averageness. We're Liverpool Football Club. Get your ass into the transfer market and buy a defensive midfielder that's going to actually give us something. Because I'm sick of the excuses. Our forward line is scary on paper, said Rav D. Alisson got us the point today. Yeah, again, that's why he's the best in the world. You might not have much to do, but when Alisson's called upon, he's normally focused. But look, if you're a Manchester United fan and you're tuning in, I want to just say one thing. You got the point you deserved. There's no bitterness for me on the point. My anger is directed squarely at my manager and my players. That's it. We've got to look inwardly today, not outwardly, not for scapegoats, not for the referee, none of that shit. We need to look at ourselves and ask some difficult questions. Do we really believe that we'll win this league title? Do we really want to win this league title? Because I didn't see it out there today. I didn't see a swagger. I didn't see a team that were going to put United to the sword. I seen a team that got frustrated too easily and that knew what was going to happen and weren't able to enforce their will. It's not good enough. A 6 and a striker in January, or we're not even top 4, said Marcus. Craig and Fuming, nobody had fight. If this happens next week, we'll be destroyed. We desperately need a striker or winger who knows what offside is. I jokingly said to the lads during the stream and even beforehand, the best bet you'll ever have is 2 Darwin offsides in a game. Well, he got the hat trick today, mate, of offsides in absolutely ludicrous positions. The dude is clueless. I'm done defending him. I'm done. He's clueless. He's a brain-dead idiot. I've nothing else to say about him. I don't give a fuck if he scores 20. I don't care anymore. He's just a donkey. He's an absolute brain-dead clown. I could teach a monkey, a 6-year-old. I could teach my dog to play the offside trap easier than I could teach Darwin. He is absolutely clueless. But he didn't even add anything else to the game. He used all that fight and energy for what? To get himself booked. I'm done. I'm done trying to be Mr. Nice Guy to these lads. I'm done trying to defend the indefensible. He's absolutely dog shit. Nunes is ruining the front three chemistry, said John Williams. Sell Nunes, said our Arabian Chad. Nunes is silly, said Constancy. Look, you've watched this channel. You know I've defended Darwin Nunes probably more than anybody else. But I can't do it. I can't be arsed. I can't lie to myself. I bigged him up all week. I thought, this is it. This is going to be the day that Darwin Nunes puts all that energy, all that frustration, all that fight together. But all he did was get himself a stupid yellow card and then do nothing. Again. Sell Salah to Saudi. Sell him. Time to go. Bye-bye. I'm done. I'm done. Too many people living off reputations. I'm done. Sell him. Fuck off. Bye-bye. Thank you for everything. You're a hero. You're a legend. We love you and respect you. But by God, you're done. We've said it before. The stats might be saying one thing, but the eye test doesn't lie. And that eye test again today was Salah doing the lazy shit. Cutting in on his left foot, not shooting with his right foot, not running around the outside on the right, over-hitting passes. I don't care. Sell him. 150 million. Adios. Bye-bye. Thank you. End of. Because it isn't it anymore. You can say I'm overreacting, and I get it. But this means a lot. This game means a lot to a lot of us. It's Manchester United, and they're shit. And we let them leave with a point. We let our biggest rivals come to our gaff, frustrate us, and leave with a point. That's not good enough. Shamrock Vibe said, I saw this coming. Haven't been great for a bit. I was worried that United would turn up. Thankfully, they didn't. Glad we're playing Villa today, or we weren't playing Villa today. Some more super chats. Hands down, Alisson was our best player in the squad, said Nuhi. Only for that man, mate. Only for that man. Alisson Becker is a god to me. A god. But how sad is it that we're talking about this, by the way? We're after looking at a 90-minute game with Liverpool and Manchester United, and we're sitting here talking about Alisson being our best player. And he had a relatively quiet afternoon by his own standards, but he was brilliant. And stop telling me to chill in the chat. Stop. If it doesn't mean as much to you, then watch elsewhere. But I can't. I'm not hiding my emotions. It's bullshit. You know I'm right. They're ghosting through games. What's the point of them? What is the point? They should have been absolutely rampant today. And they didn't show up. And that's unacceptable. Trent played amazing. No, he didn't. You can see 2 or 3 versions of Trent's attempted balls today that were overhit and went behind. But look, today I'm done. I'm done defending the shit. I'm done defending the monotony, the bullshit, the nonsense. If that game doesn't mean as much to them as it does to us, they're at the wrong club. This is Liverpool. We deserve better, said G Wiz. I haven't even got to talk about the penalty incident. And do you know what? I'm going to talk about it now. Was it a penalty? Wasn't it a penalty? I don't know. And that's the answer. I don't know because I don't understand the law anymore. I don't understand what the handball rule is anymore. So I don't know if I can have an opinion on them anymore. 2 years ago, I would have said that's a penalty. But now, I'm probably conditioned to say it isn't a penalty. And I don't know which is the right version of that answer. I truly don't know. So I don't feel like I'm going to... And I don't want to be sitting here talking about penalties we should have got or got. Ultimately, that's just scapegoating. We should have wrestled control of that game. It shouldn't have come down to a potential penalty or not. We should have just destroyed that United team. A very bang average, poor United team. So I don't want to talk about the potential penalty too much because it just feels like it's an easy way out. Ultimately, the responsibility fell on the players and the manager today, and they failed big time. They could have laid down a marker. They could have answered Arsenal and Aston Villa, who did their job. They won their games. Villa came back with a late 2-1 victory away at Brentford. Arsenal 2-0 at home to Brighton. And then we don't answer. We don't act like a team that wants to win the Premier League. And I don't really give a damn what Klopp says because he's going to lie to you. He's going to come and he's going to fill you full of bullshit. That's what's going to happen. He's not going to come on and tell you exactly what we all think, which is that they absolutely bottled it. They showed no creativity. He's going to come on and talk about United making it difficult. He's going to talk about blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, it's on him and the players. He bottled the changes. Why did he send the same team out for the second half? Did he not see the same donkeys do nothing in the first half? Why was it 75, 80 minutes before Harvey Elliott gets on that pitch? What did he think was going to happen? It's rinse and repeat. Same attack. Give it to Mo. Mo cuts in, tries a shot. It's blocked, ricochets. Give it to Lucho. Lucho cuts in. He tries a shot, ricochets. That's the game. I've summed it up for you. You're welcome. Got Cool said Klopp wasn't brave. Elliott should have come earlier. Endo should have left earlier. We ain't challenging for the title. The balance isn't right. Klopp needs to go to that board and go, I need a number 6. Get me Palhinha. Get me somebody who's been able to grab that game with the scruff of the neck. Because I tell you what, I don't recognise Szoboszlai. I don't know who he is. But he's not the Szoboszlai we've seen at the start of the season. And we only have ourselves to blame. Nobody else. It's not United's fault. It's not Michael Oliver's fault. It's our fault. And that's what makes it hurtful. Craig, I'm sick of saying the same thing. United are so bad and it's us costing us the game. Never be a free-flowing team with Núñez up top. It's so frustrating. We need a clever forward. So look, I'm going to try and break down what you've said. If we're going to play with a forward like Darwin, it's usually in situations where he's got space that we can lob the ball into a channel for him to run into and fight and try and break through and hold it up. But we didn't do that today because United played deep and we played everything in front of them because we kind of had to. And they nullified any threat of Darwin. We were pumping crosses into the box. And did he even get close to getting on the end of one of them? Closest I remember him coming was a kind of karate kick volley from Mohamed Salah diagonally towards the back post that Darwin stretched in for. Other than that, who are we crossing the ball to? Like, how many crosses did we have? I don't know who they were looking at. What we didn't do in this game, my friends, was get to the byline and try and test United that way. Every time our forwards cut inside, every goddamn time. And it's so predictable. It's so predictable. The rebuild needs a rebuild. Pathetic game from us, said you'll never walk alone. Aquaz. Bench Darwin, we definitely have to sell Diaz, said Daniel. Diaz was very poor, said Amian. Klopp is a fault for the whole thing. He didn't fire up the squad, said Stewart. So rather than building up this game all week and saying that it's there for the players and that United aren't in a good moment and that we should go for the throw, Klopp played into their hands. Klopp said, don't expect last season. Don't expect the set. Why not? Why not, Kloppo? Why shouldn't we expect to go out there and batter a poor side? Tell me that. Answer me that. Why should we not have gone to Anfield or watched that game today expecting us to put them to the sword? Why? It's just poor. And I want better from my manager. This has been happening for the past 3 or 4 games. Not surprised, said Ahmed. Yes, we've gone life and death, mate. Last minute winners And we've said it, we've been grinding out results where the performances haven't been great. But this is the game. This is it. This is the one we look for every season. And look, I don't give a shit. I know I'm emotional, but I don't care. You can say what you want about me. Tell me to go support Chelsea like I've seen in the chat. Say what you want. But deep down, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Klopp bottled it. The players bottled it. It's poor. Biggest crowd at Anfield in 50 years. 57,000 people inside Anfield, expectant, ravenous, demanding. And what do? We let them down. We sent those 57,000 people home, scratching their heads. I don't get it. Liverpool should have gotten 2 penalties. I don't think we should have, to be honest with you. I don't. No, I'm not going down that route. I'm refusing to look for an easy get out of jail card. The answer today was the players. That's it. The players and the manager. They're the reason we didn't win that game. It's got nothing to do with the ref. It's got nothing to do with Ten Hag United. We need to look inwardly and be honest. We weren't good enough. I'm with you on this. We need FSG out. Look, we need to stop acting like we're not one of the biggest clubs in world football. We deserve to expect players to come in. Right now, we are 14 days away from the transfer window being open. And we're already having to digest this bollocks from Jurgen about not wanting to bring in another player. Like, Endo is not good enough. He was one of our better players today, granted. You know, I'm not going to hate on the man for nothing, but he's not good enough. Like, don't talk to me about blocking by Cechic's path when he's not available and we played half a season. I want to win. I want Liverpool to go out in January and bring in a defensive midfielder that makes us favourites for the title. I don't want to roll the fucking dice. I'm sick of rolling the dice. We're Liverpool Football Club. Not going to win anything with shy performances like that, said Owen. You're not right, relax. I'm definitely right and you can fuck off. I'm absolutely spot on. And if you're one of these people that thinks we're all great all the time, then you watch Red Men TV. You'll fit right in over there. But not here. I tell it like it is. And there's no way any Liverpool fan in any part of the world, no matter how an optimist or an upsided view of the world they have, says anything other than that was shite. And these games are the big games. There's a reason why the ticket cost a lot more. Why travel agents put the prices up so more. Because this is the big game in the season. And we played like it didn't mean anything to us. Among all that forwards, our right back and centre back only came close to scoring. I can't defend Nunes anymore, said Nessie. And why is Salah always hugging the sidelines? The irony of that is he's always hugging the sidelines, but he's not doing anything other than running inside when he gets the ball because he never goes down the line, which really frustrates me. Shamrock Vibes, I think I've read this one, but I'm going back through them in case I forgot. So I saw this coming, haven't been great for a bit. I was worried that United would turn up, and thankfully they didn't. Glad we weren't playing Villa today. 6 and a striker in January, said Marcus. I've done the Nessie one. Yeah, I think I've caught up with all of them. If there's any other super chats I missed, we missed Jota too, said Shamrock Vibes. Christian said, I'm beyond pissed. I agree with you 100%. Thank you, Christian. Look, I know I might not phrase things the greatest way. I know you might think I need to tone down the rhetoric of what I'm saying. But if you move my language and stuff away and just look at what I'm saying, I think I'm right. It wasn't good enough. It was abject. We missed Jota so much today, said Cody Smith. But I think both yourself, Cody, and Shamrock Vibes are spot on, mate. That would have been a game where you think one of those moments in the box, yeah, Jota probably would have gotten on the end of them and made something happen. Dom looks shattered, said Zakir. Wish we still had Mane, said Linathi. Van Dijk did good at least. Yeah, look, we were okay defensively, but we were... I think what's frustrating to most of us is we could kind of see this coming. Like, we hoped we didn't put in this performance today, but I think it hurts us because it's not surprising us. Because we've seen this video play out before. Craig, passion is passion, man. That's all I'm seeing from you today. Team and Klopp deserve the criticism straight up. Thank you for your understanding, mate. Thoughts on Dom diving? Pathetic is my thoughts on that. I said it during the watch-along, Sonny. I'll say it again now. Pathetic. It was a blatantly pathetic dive, mate. Nothing else to add to it. Never anything in it. Just nonsense. Should have been booked for it, in all honesty. Can we talk about Szoboszlai? Who's this imposter? So I am going to talk about Szoboszlai slacking armchair supporters, but I'm going to try and give context to it. Because I agree with what a lot of you guys have said, that Szoboszlai looks shattered. He looks mentally and physically exhausted. So how are we not utilising the squad? Because if there's one area of the pitch we have bodies in, it's that part of the pitch, right? So you've got McAllister, okay, not available today. Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Elliott, Jones, Gakpo if needs be. So there's plenty of options for Jurgen to play advanced midfielders, but keeps going back to Szoboszlai. And you're right, he looks exhausted. He looks like he hasn't settled in. So we need to help him. And maybe by taking him out of the forward line for a little bit and putting an Elliott in there, or giving somebody else an opportunity, letting Dom catch his breath, maybe that will help him. But what really got to me was that we had a great opportunity today to take Trent and give him that run. Give him that big game opportunity to see if he can do it in the 6. Everything was there to give that a chance today. McAllister's out. Endo's not up to it yet as a defensive midfielder in the Premier League. Although, again, I want to say he did okay today. But the opportunity was there to be proactive, to go at United, put Gomez at right back, put Trent in the number 6 position, and just dominate the game. And we didn't do it. Look at their midfield. Amrabat, who is nowhere near up to speed in the Premier League, and young Kobe Mainoo. That was their midfield anchor today. And we couldn't overrun them. That's worrying. Mate, we're missing Mane. We're missing Milner too, said Cave Tribe. The detective, where's your comment gone, said, pass in the final third was shocking. Salah wasn't great. Hope we get McAllister, Thiago, Jota and Robertson back soon. So, in the final third, the passing was too slow. We say this so many times. Look at Manchester City when Kevin De Bruyne is on the pitch. Look at Steven Gerrard when he played for Liverpool. You want Trent to be doing that, which is getting those deep crosses towards the back post when the defense isn't set. If you want to try and play in front of a team, you've got to move the ball quickly from side to side, create overlaps and overloads at the far post, and try and force something. We didn't. We played monotonous, slow chess. And you could see it when Virgil was in possession at the back. He's pointing, you move here, you move there, you do this. It's all too slow and predictable. All that does is gives Manchester United a chance to reset defensively and get back in shape. Like Charlie has said with a super chat, this is one of the most frustrating games he's ever watched. And Charlie, I'm very much with you, sir. That was one of the most frustrating games of football I've ever watched. Salah is our best of the front 3. If we sell him now, we can rely on us to live. Salah was shit. Like, come on now. Like, yes, Salah's a legend. And yes, Salah's numbers have spoken for themselves. And what he's done at Liverpool is not to be forgotten. But come on now. Salah was shit today. So was everybody else on the front line, by the way. I'm not trying to scapegoat Salah. But let's not. say something that's not true. He's very much not passing the eye test, Salah, at the minute. Let's be honest. He's not. Complete overreaction, prove me wrong. I don't have to prove you wrong. I've got 4,000 people tuning in to hear what I have to say. So prove you right. Go start your own channel, mate, and talk about your opinions and see how you get on. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to prove you wrong. I know my football. I know what I've seen. And it was not good enough. Simple as. Salah was good. Yeah, no, Salah was shit, mate. Sorry. I mean, you can worship your little friend all you want, but he wasn't good today. And there's no amount of trying to bait me in the chat that's going to change my mind. Salah was horrendous. Every time, cut inside, shot block, cut inside, shot block, rinse, repeat, cut inside, shot block. Time and time again. Just not good enough. Diaz, on the other side, equally as culpable. Afraid to go around the outside. I don't know why. Every time, get the ball cut inside, get the ball cut inside. It's so fucking predictable. It's like, let's get the ball and run into the most congested part of the pitch possible. Let's not use the space in the wide areas. Let's not try and get to the byline and fire a ball across. Let's run into the congested part of the pitch. Let's run closer to our players to make the area even harder to break through. That's all I've seen today, over and over again. And add into that Darwin, who was irrelevant. 3 offsides. 3 in one game. Again, professional footballer. €100 million signing. Doesn't know what offside is. One of the most prominent comments I've seen today in the chat, and one I firmly agree with you all on, was that we missed Diogo. That really did feel like anyone who's putting in the Salah was the best stuff, you're getting banned from the channel. That's how much I'm not putting up with your bullshit today. Because I have taken more than my fair share of abuse when I criticize Salah. But I'm sorry, he was terrible. And if anybody wants to disagree and lie and say it was the best player on the park, you're getting banned, and I don't care. Because you're only doing it to wind us up. He was terrible. So was Diaz. So was Darwin. That's what the truth is. We need a DM, a central defense. Excuse me. We need a DM, a central defender. And who was the other one you said we needed? And an old-fashioned poacher. If you could choose 2 players to come at Xmas, who would it be and why? Paulinho or Andre. And yeah, bring in another central defender, maybe Hincapié, maybe Beraldo, not Inacio. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how that performance came to life. Darwin is a fraud. I defended him, but no, he needs to go, said Christian. We made them look good. So frustrating to watch it. Slacking armchair supporter. Elliot should start next game. Elliot has to start. Like, does anybody understand why Klopp left Elliot on the bench till 80 minutes today? Like, whatever else, we spoke about the players that did play. We spoke about the ones that have let us down. Does anybody understand why it took 80 minutes for Harvey Elliott to come on that pitch? Because I've got to say, folks, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss as to why. Gakpo coming on, that was a very good, I agree. Fully would bring a Gakpo on. No problems with that change. Look, it's a shame that Gravenberg had to go off because he felt a niggle and that was an injury, fair enough. But I don't understand why Elliott was not on at half-time. Endo was our best player today, but he can't be the future. Will, I think you're probably correct. Endo was certainly in the top 3 today for us. And that in itself is a worrying sign because he played okay. But you are right. He was one of our better performers. Only one man to praise. Alisson, we could have lost. Yes. Alisson always deserves his praise. You are absolutely spot on. And only for Alisson, we may have lost that game, which makes me even more angry to sit here and think about it. Forwards have been off it for weeks now. It's scary, said Slack and Armchair supporters. I thought Diaz was our best player, said the Reds. I don't see it myself. I don't see it. Look, Diaz is a live wire, and he'll never shirk responsibility. But there was one occasion today where he got the ball, and I want to say it was about 2-3 yards in from the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. And there was nobody to the left, and there was space for him to run down the line and go into, and he cut inside again into a congested area. It's like we're not utilising the full width of the pitch. Looking forward to your ratings. Well, I'm just going to go and record those ratings right now. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go record the Anfield Agenda player ratings. So they're going to be up in the next 20-25 minutes or so. I want to say a couple of things before I finish up. Firstly, I want to thank Adam for coming across today and joining me for the watch along. You know, he got a result, but it was very kind of him to come across. I appreciate him putting himself on the firing line like that as well. So thank you to Adam. Do go and check out Forever United TV. I want to say thank you to Ben and Connor in the background for all their hard work as well. I want to say thank you to you guys for coming joining us today and helping ease my frustration with some of your comments and making me laugh and stuff as well. Appreciate you on that. Your daily Sobo lover said Barella and João Palhinha and Wirtz would be who he'd like to come in. But yeah, look, love to you guys. Try your best to enjoy your Sunday as much as you can. Keep an eye out for the player ratings. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the stream. And I will see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, as always. But until then, thank you for joining us today. Much love. Bye-bye.